Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back everybody, let's take a look on the gold market. So despite the huge volatility on the market on the longer time frames, November is still the inside month to the October, so it makes no big impact on the really extended long-term picture, such as the monthly and higher time frames. So our attention will be mostly on the daily and intraday charts on the coming week. In today's weekly report, we have tried to take a look at some broader picture that's now is forming globally in the politics and economics. So yes, we know too few about the possible Donald Trump steps on his presidency and what he really intends to do. But it's already has brought really lots of mess and jitter inside the United States with really lots of statements as from the Donald Trump and actually from all members of his team, from the Kennedy, Tucker Carlson, Musk, of course. So just reading the recent posts, you just see that it's really big shake for United States domestic elite. The same is now going on, but maybe with some negative signs is going on in Europe. Here, there is a really big mess and fear what will happen. So, but anyway, despite that, we know, as I said, too few about his possible steps. We know in general the direction that he intends to move. So we don't know the details, but we do know about taxes, about geopolitical strategy, some even with the recent 48 hours, it's already has been made some statements on the geopolitical topics. So, and in the longer term, we do not see reasons that gold should reverse in the nearest 1-2 years, probably. So, in the nearest term, yes, it is indeed the possible retracement is ready to happen. It actually should happen. We already talked about this and explained that. We have as technical as fundamental background for that. But in the longer term, investors will keep gold in the portfolios because of the big uncertainty. And it's actually currently United States have a weakening economy, and it's very difficult to start negotiations when you have the empty pockets, and especially if you are coming to the big confrontation with one of the leader countries in the world. So, not speaking about that, it will trigger a really big mess in general and big uncertainty. From this standpoint of view, we suggest that gold could turn to really some sideways flat action for some time until it will become clear what Donald Trump intends to do. Maybe it will last for half a year probably, because until inauguration hardly will happen something, and it will take some 3-6 months after the inauguration as well. So that's briefly what we discussed with the details in our weekly report. So you could find there also some really very interesting discussions, some events, so you couldn't find in the global media right now. Speaking about technical picture for our strategy on the coming week, we mostly will intend to follow the pattern that we discussed on Friday. So you can see we've got the grabber on the gold market by result of the week. This grabber is absolutely natural in the current situation. Why? Because gold has very strong upside momentum, and markets never turns really in a blink of an eye, especially when it has really solid momentum, especially bullish trends. They will fluctuate around trying to set the new top. It will be slowly and gradually. And don't forget, our major target around 28.7 has not been reached yet. So there's two reasons for a grabber to work. So I would suggest taking out the stop. On the weekly chart, you can see that market is not that overbought. It stands around 28.50, which means actually that gold could complete the target. So trend remains bullish. It means that on the next week our context is bullish. And in general, we intend to follow the same pattern that we already discussed. So if we take a look at the daily chart, recall what we talked about, the bullish stretch around confluence. We said that here should be the upward bounce. If later we will get this pattern, which is hand shoulders, now as you understand, chances for the hand shoulders diminished, just because we got the grabbers such as taken out with the stop. It's more probable that we could get a kind of the free drive probably. So if you calculate here the extension, it's coming to even here there's more extended action to the upside than 1618. But let's suggest that it will be 1618 free drive. 1618 stands precisely at the target on a yearly chart, 2878. Our target 2870. So that is more extended perspective. It probably will not happen next week. But anyway, we intend to follow this strategy. It started from the stretch, but now it has additional background with the weekly bullish grabber. So taking it all together on the weekly and the daily chart, we have no actually context for taking short positions. So that's why we will try to make an attempt relying on the grabber to consider the taking of the long position. On the hourly chart on Friday, we also mentioned that market could form the ABCD downside retracement. It typically happens on the gold. Gold likes to make deep retracements. And from that standpoint of view, it makes sense to watch for an average 2670 area. Maybe we will get this godless triple to buy pattern. In general, strategy is relatively simple. We have invalidation point with these lows around 2640. It is very good invalidation point because we'll take a look at the daily chart. Our bot stands 2860, so invalidation point will be even lower than the daily our bot, our sold of course, which is actually advantage for us. And if everything will go nice, here's will be supposedly the chance for a possible upside continuation based on the grabber that we've got. So that is the first step that we intend to consider. And then we will see what will happen.